What if you do not have the cash for one of these gimbal cameras, but you do want a compact vlogging setup? Well, maybe this guy is going to help you out. Let's talk about it. I have been talking a lot about these gimbal cameras on this channel, both the DJI ones and the Insta360 ones, and for a good reason. For smaller creators that make vlogging content, these devices are usually a good fit. But $400 to $700 is still quite pricey, especially if you're not making any money yet from your channel. Or, I don't know, you broke the bank buying some snazzy sneakers. Do people say that? Snazzy sneakers. I don't think so. But what are the other options that will give you a compact setup? Decent sound out of the box, stabilization, and all that for a lower price. Well, before I got my first Osmo Pocket, I actually used this guy for my quick short vlogs. This is the DJI Osmo Action 4, which is, as the name suggests it, an action camera. But in my opinion, it's also a very decent vlogging camera. It kind of depends on your style, I guess, what your needs are. If you're doing those daily join me vlogs, the low budget traveling, a quick look at the local Comic-Con, or you just going grocery shopping, this is going to work fine. I know some travel creators with over 500,000 followers that still use this as their only camera every single day. And I'm not talking about those creators that add the impressive cinematic B-roll, but those types of creators that take you on a trip, that make you feel like you're traveling with them. The best friend experience. Yeah, how to make things sound weird 101. Welcome. However, again, if you want to make a cinematic shot of the sunset, this is not the type of camera that is going to get you the best result. And to be fair, this Action Cam 4 isn't really good at night either. The 6, the one that is current right now, is better, but look, if I compare it to my night shots on the Luna Ultra, yeah, no competition. However, this does bring some unique advantages. For one, the camera is very sturdy, especially in this case. I actually have it in this kind of little cage. I don't know, feels better in my hand, easier to grip. With the gimbal cameras, well, first off, there's always the gimbal acting weird because you kind of overshot it, or you moved a little too wild and it's like, where am I? Completely lost. And then you have to reset it. And then there's the chance that you'll break its neck, basically. It looks fragile. I really feel like I need to be extremely careful with these cameras. I don't like it when they are out of their case. Actually, I'm less worried about my bigger cameras than I am about these guys. The action camera, on the other hand, can take a beating. You can't even drop it. And all of the recent models actually allow you to replace the glass in front of the lens glass. The most impressive benefit is, of course, that you can film underwater. This Action Cam 4 can go up to 20 meters underwater without extra protection. You cannot do that with a gimbal camera. Don't even try. You don't even want it to get wet. So, no, stay away from water. In my opinion, the action cams, well, if they're not in a cage, are even lighter than the gimbal cameras are. And it definitely is more compact. I can just grip it like this and film. My personal experience is that this one does not overheat as easily as the gimbal cameras do, especially the dual lens versions. But to be fair, it's not a lot better. If you're going to more southern regions in the middle of summer, it can get pretty tricky for both types of cameras. And that is because all of the hardware is stacked in there so closely that there's not a lot of room for ventilation. When it comes to stabilization, the footage of the Action Cam is good, but it has its limitations. And that is, of course, because it's meant for completely different uses. So you might see some weird bumps sometimes when you're walking, and yeah, if it has to compensate too much, you'll see deformation at the edges of your footage. Not ideal. And in optimal situations, the footage that you get out of this is fine. A huge factor is actually that you cannot use ND filters. Well, look, you can, they do exist, but all of the stabilization on these cameras is done digitally. So it relies very heavily on the footage, on the stream of data that is coming in. And the ND filters will actually get in the way of that digital stabilization. At least that's what I've been reading. I never tried it for myself because it actually made sense to not do it, and I didn't want to invest in filters I was never going to use. But the most important benefit for these cameras is, of course, the price. This one, the Action 4, which isn't that old, I still use it a lot, goes for $200 now. And the newer version, the 6, is about $350, $400, depending on where you get it and which extra accessories you're including. But that is at least 50% less expensive than any of the the gimbal cameras. But to be fair, the Action 4 is going to do fine. You don't need a 6, especially not for vlogging. Now you could also go for a previous generation of the gimbal cameras like the Pocket 3, but that one is still about 300 to 400 bucks. So yeah, that is at least 50 to 100% more expensive than this Action 4. Now, what are you missing out on compared to the gimbal cameras with the Action camera? That is a good question. And I'm going to compare this to the normal gimbal cameras, not the dual lens ones. Well, better image quality, especially in darker circumstances. Like I said, my Luna Ultra does amazing, but even my Pocket 3 did pretty good. The gimbal stabilization is always going to be better, period. Even if it comes with the risk of breaking stuff, or there's this weird thing, if you're on a boat or a train, it will sometimes start to drift. But that is, I guess, the gimbal. And the fact that this is physical stabilization, that allows you to add ND filters. There's also something to say about the form factor. Some people will like this one better, the little block that you grip onto, and other people will like the more slender and a longer look on the gimbal cameras. But again, if you want to keep it low budget and you don't want to use your phone, Action Cam, and it could be DJI, could be any other brand, they are a good vlogging alternative. And you know what the best thing is? If you ever should decide to upgrade to a gimbal camera, you don't have to sell this. A good Action Cam is a pretty important part of any kit. Like I said, for those underwater shots, so if you're going out with your bike, this will do the trick. In other words, it's never wasted money. Now, talking about action, I should actually get my steps in for today. Bye.